Hello everyone, welcome back one more time. Welcome to this new video, and in this video we will be completing grade 8th ICSC civics section, that is Union Executive part 2. In part 1 we had studied about the roles and responsibility of the president, how the president is appointed and how he can be removed from his post. So all that we had studied in our part 1 video of Union Executive. That was the previous video. So before we move to the next section of the chapter, I would again request you all to please watch part 1 video of Union Executive. Okay, that will be helpful for all of you to understand the concept in a better way. As I said earlier, that we have completed the first part of the chapter, that is the Union Executive, in which we had studied about the president and vice president. Now we will be discussing about the two important members, or rather I would say two important posts or the factors, that is the prime minister, the role of prime minister, how he is appointed, and what is the role of council of ministers and who are the council of ministers and why they are important for the nation. Union Executive, which consists of president, vice president, prime minister and the council of ministers. This all are responsible to implement the laws which are prepared by the legislative branch. Dear students, as you can see the chart, here is the Union Executive members: President, Vice President, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. In our previous video, we have studied about the roles of President and the Vice President. Now we are going to study about the real head, who is the Prime Minister of the country. Now, Prime Minister is the head of the country, or he is the head of the Union Executive, real head of the Union Executive, as he is appointed by the citizens of the country. Prime Minister is not only the head of the executive, but he is also the head of the nation. He is the head of the government. He is the head of the ruling party. He is the face of the nation. He represents the country. We are going to discuss how the Prime Minister is appointed and what are his functions and powers. Dear students, in the parliamentary form of government which India consists, the Prime Minister is the real head, as we have already discussed. It is the Prime Minister who will advise to the President in the different matters. Now, why is that so? Because the Prime Minister is the elected head of the country by the citizens. The Prime Minister is the leader, as we have discussed that the party, the political party which wins the election, the leader of that political party becomes the Prime Minister. Or if one political party is not able to form the government, in that case two or more political party can combine together or join hands or become friends together to form the government, and then they will decide among themselves that who can be the leader. The Prime Minister is the link between the president, the people and the parliament. Of course, as he is the head, so he is a link between the president, as whatever he will say the president will do. He has to address to the people and understand the problems of the people, and he has to decide in the parliament and give explanation to the leaders and the other political party members that why the decision is being taken. The Prime Minister always advises the President for his or her functions or informs him or her about the decision taken by the Council of Ministers. The advice of the Prime Minister is binding, means in any house, whether the president likes it or don't like it, he has to follow the instructions or the order of the prime minister. The prime minister cannot work alone. That's why he wants the members in the team who will help him. And these members are called as the Council of Ministers. In the picture, you can see there are certain members or the Council of Ministers discussing some important features. It's the Prime Minister who divides the work to the Council of Ministers. For example, Sports Minister, Education Minister, Finance Minister, etc. So it is the Prime Minister who gives them the work. Prime Minister also coordinates the working with the different departments between the President and the Council of Ministers. As he is the link, so he has to see that he coordinates well. He can expand the Council of Ministers and demand the resignation of any minister, as Prime Minister himself selects the members or the ministers. So he has the right to expand their to expand their term or to ask the resignation of any Council of Ministers. So in this way, he is the real head of the nation. We are talking about the Prime Minister. He has to answer for the success of failure of the government. If government is taking any decision, so result, if it is good or bad, it goes to on the head of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is regarded as the leader of the nation. Of course, we all know, and on Independence Day, the Prime Minister addresses the nation from the Red Fort, Delhi. On 15th August, it's the Prime Minister who hoists the flag on the Red Fort and gives the speech. Students, Prime Minister is the head of the nation, he is the head of the government. But as discussed earlier, he cannot do all the work properly alone. He needs help. He wants some assistance. He wants certain guidance as well at times. So he has to appoint certain help or certain members from his political party which has won the election as the Council of Ministers. So in this chart, you can see that the entire circle can be called as the Council of Ministers, in which there are deputy minister, there are ministers of states, and the cabinet. The cabinet is the inner core or very important members or ministers for taking care of the country. Then we are having the ministers of state. From every state, there will be various ministers appointed who will be giving the suggestions and the report of every state to the cabinet, and accordingly the cabinet will decide the plan or the laws or any help for the particular state. Deputy ministers are like the vice captain of every minister, okay, who will be helping the ministers, or if the ministers are absent due to certain reasons, then it will be the deputy minister who will be taking the charge. Of course, the final decision will be of the Prime Minister. Students, Council of Ministers who are appointed by the Prime Minister of the country, okay, they are appointed after the general election of the Lok Sabha, which take place after 5 years, after every year 5 years. After the election, the president appoints the Prime Minister, who is the leader of the majority party, or when two party combine together or in a coalition of two political parties to form a government. The Prime Minister gives the list of the members whom he or she wants to be the Council of Minister for his help. Here we have already seen in the previous chart that the Council of Ministers are having 3 ranks within, that is the Cabinet, the Minister of States, and the Deputy Ministers. All ministers of the council have to be the member of either house, that is member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Yes, dear students, even the Rajya Sabha members can be appointed as the ministers, but they have to be, suppose if they are not the member, so if they can be given the post, but within the 6 months they have to be again the member, or else they will be removed. Within 6 months they have to be the member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Probably they become the member of Rajya Sabha, because Lok Sabha members are elected by the citizens, but Rajya Sabha members can be appointed by the members of Lok Sabha. So they can become the member of Rajya Sabha within 6 months. The prime ministers allot each minister of the council a separate department or portfolio. Here separate department means which area of work that minister will be doing, or portfolio means simple meaning the work, what work they will be doing, or what area or what department they will be handling. So here example we are having Minister of Defense, Minister of Finance, Agriculture Minister, Sports Minister, Foreign Affairs, etc. Dear students, in the Council of Minister, it is the cabinet, the inner core of the Council of Minister, means the main important Council of Minister department. The most important rank is the cabinet minister. Cabinet minister directly report to the prime minister, and all the decision related to the nations are being taken by the cabinet ministers. They are the main executive branch who will be taking the decisions. The cabinet can remain in the office as long as it enjoys the confidence of the majority in the Lok Sabha. The moment the members of their political party reduces, the cabinet can come down, and if vote of no confidence is passed against any cabinet minister. Now here no confidence motion can be passed by the political party or the leaders who don't belong to the political party which is ruling. And no confidence motion is simple meaning that we don't have confidence on this minister, or we don't have confidence on this government that they can doing the right things, or they can take nation to the great height, or they are taking care of the nation properly. If that is proved in the parliament, then the political party which is ruling, they have to resign. And even if the one member, even if against one member the no confidence motion is passed, the entire council of minister has to resign. Apart from that, we are having the civil servants. Now civil servants are the government employees who do not belong to any political party. They are just appointed as a servants of the nation. They can be the IAS, they can be IFS, that is Indian Foreign Service, Indian Police Service, etc. We all know the leaders come and change after every 5 years, but the person who is working as a government employee or a government service, he will be remaining till his term, or till his term get expired. The Union Public Service Commission, that is UPSC examination, you must have heard about that. After that, those who are interested for this kind of a job, they can give this examination, that is UPSC. And after clearing the exam, there will be an interview, and successful candidate will be trained, and they will be given the jobs. So dear students, I hope that you have understood the concept related to the union executive and the role of prime minister and the council of ministers and how they are appointed. So in this video we have completed the topic union executive, that is of grade 8th ICSE, which will be helpful for you in grade 10th ICSE as well. So keep up your spirit in this situation, and stay blessed all of you, and keep watching the videos, and uh, keep studying. Thank you.